Mr. Robert Miller would like to ask a question.
Well, it is not to ask a question, it is just to congratulate you for your statement and to confirm that having lived this organization for almost 40 years and having lived more than 60 years, I've come to the same conclusion as you. We are all being programmed. We are being programmed into a nation, into an ideology, into a religion. And all these are fragmented human beings. It took me 40 years to be in this house, to be deprogrammed from the 2 or 3 nationalities which were imposed on me. Each time I got also a gun to shoot on the other direction. And it is here, after having seen the world in its totality and humanity in its totality, that I have come to the conclusion that it is more important to be a human being than to be a Jew or a Catholic or a Frenchman or a Russian or a white and a black. And in my book, I will not kill under any reason and for any nation or for any religion or for any ideology. This is the conclusion, which is also yours.
Is it a conclusion, sir?
It's...
Or a actuality?
That is my actuality.
That's not a conclusion.
Ambassador Barish would like to comment.
It's not a comment, it's a question also.
I'm sorry.
It is, as I am, of course, I am not arguing about religions, but I will remind that an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth is not exactly a Christian precept. On the contrary, Christ thought the peaceful ways: care for your fellow human beings, have compassion and love for one another. What I would like to know is how to break this pattern of confrontation among human beings. I'm not talking about states, because human beings are formed by, states are formed by human beings, and governments too. They are human beings that rule the countries. How could we break this pattern? How is it that mankind has not been able to practice such loving thoughts as those that Christ brought to us, and that were brought also by other religions, as Hinduism and Buddhism? I would like very much to see if we could find a formula, a solution to break that terrible pattern of confrontation and hate, even between families, as Mr. Krishnamurti has pointed out, because it's not just war among nations, it's always that confrontation, rivalry, even among children. You see that if one is with mama, then the other one wants immediately and push the other one. That pattern, how could we break it? Thank you.
May I answer your question?
Yes,
Madam?
I would love to.
We are programmed like computers. We are Catholics, Protestants, Buddhists, and so on. As Mr. Miller pointed out, we are conditioned. Do we realize or see actually, not theoretically or ideologically, but actually see that we are programmed? Or is it just a casual statement? If you are actually programmed and you realize the consequences of being programmed, one of the consequences being hating or war, or separating yourself from others. If one realizes that you are being programmed, pressurized, preached at, and if one really sees that, you abandon it. You don't want a formula for it. The moment you have a formula, then you are caught. Then you become programmed again, because you have your program and the other fellow brings you another program. So what is important is to realize the actuality of being programmed, not intellectually, with all your blood, the energy.
Because of the time element, we may not be able to entertain any more questions. On behalf of the Parliamentary Society and the Movement for a Better World, we would like to thank our honored guest speaker and Robert Miller and Ambassador Barish, who are the honorary presidents of the Society, and all of you who came to attend the lecture today. I have a very simple ceremony before you leave. Mr. Krishnamurti was here last year on the 17th of April, just around the time we had the Parliamentarians' Day. And this year, we were very fortunate to have on the 22nd anniversary of the Parliamentarians, and you already heard about it. On behalf of the Parliamentary Society at the United Nations, we have the honor of presenting you, Mr. Krishnamurti, the world teacher, with the United Nations 1984 Peace Medal.